Okay, the pre-flight walk-around starts on the right-hand rear side of the aircraft. The point of doing the walk-around inspection is to confirm that the aircraft is in an airworthy condition. In other words, is the aircraft safe to fly? As we start our walk-around, most of the aircraft is simply looking to make sure that everything is in an airworthy condition. No damage, no leaking. As we start on the rear aft fuselage, we're going to look at the skin of the aircraft. We're checking to make sure that no rivets have popped and there's no bowing or wrinkling of the skin. On the top rear of the aircraft, we have some of the navigation and communication antennas. We want to make sure those are secure, not loose. As we move to the tail of the aircraft, we're looking at the leading edge of the elevator, the tip, and as we move around to the rear, we want to check our trim tab is secure, and we want to look at each set of hinges to make sure they are attached and undamaged. The tail of the aircraft has a no push placard, so we don't want to move the rudder back and forth from back here. Again, we're just making sure that it's intact. As we move to the top of the tail, we see another pair of antennas. We can see the rotating beacon and the aft white nav light. Once again, looking at the hinges to verify they're intact and undamaged. Once again, the tip of the elevator and the leading edge. The other thing we want to do when we're back here is we want to remove the aircraft tie down. The left aft fuselage is the same as either side. Again, no wrinkled skin, no damage. Moving to the left wing, we're first going to look at the left flap panel. We want to simply move it to make sure that it is not loose. We also want to check the cotter pin in the control nut. We'll then move to the left aileron. Same thing, we're looking at the hinges to make sure they're intact and undamaged. We can also check to see that there is some movement in our left aileron panel. As we come around to the wing tip, we can check the strobe light and the left tip wing nav light, which is a red light. Leading edge of the left wing. Stall indicator is intact, and we can remove our pitot-static cover. We can also remove the left wing tie down. From below the aircraft, we could also get a good look at the left main landing gear, the tire, and the strut. We want to see approximately 2 to 3 inches of silver strut showing and no hydraulic fluid leaking. We'll then come to the left wing tank. We check the quantity and the gauges inside the aircraft. Now we're just going to visually check it, keeping in mind that a full tank is approximately 25 gallons and to the bottom of the neck filler is 18 gallons. Now we want to actually check the fuel that's in the tank for contaminants. We're going to sump the left tank first. We're going to verify that the fuel is blue in color, which is 100 low lead, and there is no contaminants in the fuel. We can then pour that back into the left wing tank and secure the fuel cap. The rest of the leading edge of the left wing we will check. The vent for ventilation in the cabin is clear, and the windows are secured and not cracked. Engine cowling left side, we want to make sure that it is secured. And as we come around to the front of the aircraft, now we will check the forward landing lights. The nose spinner is intact, and we will check the prop blades for any damage or nicks by simply running our finger along the edges and feeling for any cracks or nicks. We can check the air filter, and we want to verify that the alternator belt is secure. Main landing gear is properly inflated. The main landing gear nose wheel strut, again 2 to 3 inches of silver strut is showing. Moving to the right engine cowling, we will open this section. And we're first going to verify our oil quantity. 5 to 7 is the normal operating range. 2 is the minimum, however we want to fill it anytime it is less than 4. Resecure the oil filler cap, finger tight. This is a time we can also take a look inside the engine compartment for any loose hoses or any oil leaking. Once that inspection is completed, we will resecure the engine cowling and continue with our pre-flight. The left side of the wing, or the right side of the wing, is going to be identical to the left side. Leading edge, no damage. Right main landing gear tire is properly inflated. Right main landing gear nose or strut is showing 2 to 3 inches of silver. And we will continue with checking the fuel, removing the tie down, visually checking our fuel quantity, and verifying our right wing nav green light and strobe are functioning properly, as well as our aileron and flat panel.